Now, officials in Pakistan say that they are investigating the cause of a tragic accident at a tutoring center in the city of Lahore. At least 2 people have been arrested after the roof collapsed at the center, killing 14 children. Their funerals have been taking place today.
Cries echo through the neighborhood. Families in grief, shock and devastation attend the funerals of their children. The children went to a tutoring center in Lahore on Tuesday, but never returned. Officials say the roof of an unfinished second floor collapsed, burying the children under rubble.
Yesterday, she went to the tutoring center at around 4 p.m. I received a call from my family at 4:45 saying that the roof had collapsed and most of the children were buried under debris.
Every parent dreams that their child will receive a good education, earn a decent living, and be able to support them in the future. But that dream has been shattered. Nothing is left for them now. Ultimately, it's the will of God, and there's nothing we can do.
Ambulances and rescue workers rushed to the scene of the collapse. Local residents joined the rescue effort, digging through the debris with shovels and even their bare hands in a desperate search for survivors. Officials say the tutoring center had been operating in an aging building, and initial findings suggest the roof collapsed because of poor construction.
Government institutions must fulfill their responsibilities by investigating whether there are other educational institutions housed in substandard or structurally weak buildings. They should make sure proper, solid buildings are constructed before opening schools and other educational institutions in them. Children are innocent and poor families cannot afford safe alternatives. That's why 18 children were crowded into a single room when the incident happened.
Officials say an investigation is now underway to determine whether negligence played a role in the collapse. For the families here, there are no answers that can ease the heartbreak of losing a child.
And let's get more on this story. DW News reporter Binash Javed is joining us here in the studio. So tell us a little bit more about how people are reacting to this tragedy.
Sarah, certainly people are very sad, especially this community, which had 14 funerals today, all of children. There have been harrowing scenes of mothers, shock, grieving, crying, some fainting with grief of losing a child. They send their children to a tuition center, which is very common in Pakistan, that many people after school send their children to tuition center so they learn more, their grades improve. But in this case, it ended in a huge tragedy for many families.
Did the area where this took place contribute to what happened?
Most certainly. So roof collapses are not uncommon in Pakistan. Last year, a roof collapse in Karachi, there were 27 people were killed, and that also was in a low-income community, low-income area. And Sarah, the government, and it also shows that the government's resources and efforts to monitor, to have an oversight of what kind of construction material is being used, what kind of houses are being built, what kind of houses are being used for business purposes. That kind of oversight, we clearly see it was missing. In this case, the police say that they did arrest the property owner, but he is also from that poor neighborhood, from that poor community. And therefore, ultimately, the responsibility lies with the government to keep check of what's happening in those small, poor neighborhoods.
And that's a call that we heard echoed in your report, actually, from one of the people who was spoken to. Does it seem as if there will be an increase in safety checks and as if the proper people will be held accountable here?
So if we look at the history, I am not very positive. Oftentimes, they, like in this case, they have arrested the property owner, but real accountability is to hold those people responsible who have to keep a check and have an oversight on, as I mentioned, on construction material that is being used, on if property rules are being followed or not. And that kind of accountability still we see in many cases is missing. The government officials have expressed sympathies with the families, but we don't see them mourning with the families. We don't see still any action taken that shows to people that these people will get justice for what has happened with their kids.
DW correspondent Binash Javed, thank you so much.